Brilliant. So if you're joining me, we've got our knees, just hip width, just whatever feels good just to start with. And again, we could be here, absolutely fine. So whichever feels good for you this morning. So if we're here now, we're going to just relax the shoulders, wherever we are. Maybe just close our eyes just for a couple of breaths. Inhaling and exhaling, just to bring ourselves to the mat. Be taking that breath a little bit deeper in towards the tummy. And just starting our morning well. From wherever we are, we're inhaling, rising the arms up. So whether you're in your kneeling or you're coming with me, reaching up. And then I'd like an extra exhale as we gaze up and reach up through the fingertips. And maybe we take just a few moments just to ease out into the back body. Notice the back of the shoulders, notice the chest. Good, and then when we're ready, our next exhale is just going to bring our hands down, just wherever they land, to the mat. And then bring the hands forward. So it just brings us into our 4-point kneeling. And I'm going to take a round into a cat. So we're going to inhale into cat. We're adding this in. And then exhale through to a long back. Yeah, then when you're ready, we can bring ourselves forward, either onto your forearms or all the way down onto our chest. We lay ourselves down, kick the legs back, and then bring ourselves into our swan position. We'll rise up on the next inhale, lifting the chest just to a really low cobra. Remember, we're just starting off. Arms are wide, hands can be wide, hands can be a little bit further forward if it feels better. And then again, just have a moment just to be here, just allowing the back to go into that little bit of an extension. Then your next exhale, easing our way down to the mat. We're going to bring our hands back, push ourselves all the way up on the next exhale, and we land back in 4-point kneeling. The hands just slightly further forward. We tuck our toes, keep the knees bent throughout, and then exhale our way back into a downward facing dog. Just find anything, any kind of stretch there, backs of the legs, arms, chest, back, and then we pop all the way back to the knees on the exhale. And either we come up to our kneeling position or we sit back into our hero pose. Yeah, well done. So we're going to do 3 more rounds, just building that little bit of pace and that little bit of heat and warmth. We'll do that together. So we're going to inhale, rise up, reach all the way up through those fingertips. Good, then on your next exhale, land the hands. Now this time, see if we can land the hands a little bit further ahead. So that just requires a little bit of kind of mind and body. And then it brings us into that 4-point kneeling. Now we can add the cat in here, inhaling up, traditionally not in our actual movement, but we'll add that in. And then you've got the option of actually repeating that cat if you wanted. Otherwise, we bring our body weight forward, we exhale our way down onto the mat, scoot the hands forward just so you feel comfortable, and inhale to rise, just as we would typically do in our sun sal. Good, stretch out the legs. Again, just maybe have an extra moment here just to see how the back's feeling this morning. And then we'll exhale our way down. We'll bring our hands back, open the palms, tuck the elbows in, push through the palms, a little bit through the knees and push ourselves all the way back to 4-point kneeling. Take your time. Hands are slightly further forward and we tuck the toes, inhaling, exhaling through to our downward facing dog, let the head hang. And then we're not staying, so we're inhaling, exhaling, popping the knees down. And then we can exhale and sit back to our hero pose or our kneeling position. Good. We'll do it again. So let's build a little bit of heat and warmth. We're coming back to this at the end today, which will be quite nice to revisit. Inhale, take a nice reach up. Exhale, can we land the hands further ahead so we trust the body to bring ourselves into that 4-point kneeling. Well done. Cat, or we come down into our little chaturanga or little half press up. Bring the hands forward and inhale our way up into our low cobra. Now, most of us are going to keep the arms down or just keep the arms wide. Exhale our way down to the mat. Inhale, bring the hands back. all the way through to the knees, and our next exhale brings us into our downward facing dog. Yeah, well done. Open the palms, spread the fingers, notice the length through the spine, and then we'll pop the knees down to the mat and exhale our way back to our seated position. Well done. One more time. One more time through. Don't worry if we're adding extra breath. See if we can go with that single breath, but don't worry if we're not. So inhale, drawing ourselves up, lifting the arms up as we reach up, maybe looking up. Deep inhale. And then on your exhale, landing the hands just that little bit further away. Lovely. Good. From here, we can bring the chest forward. Bring ourselves all the way down onto the mat. Maybe even leave our hands close to the body. Inhale, rise. Yeah, lovely. Some of us staying in cat, some of us easing our way down. Exhale down to the mat, do what's right for you. Inhale all the way to the knees, tuck the toes and exhale into downward facing dog. Take a breath in, send the sit bones a little bit higher. And exhale all the way back to your kneeling or back towards your hero pose. Really well done. Now, whether we're in hero with the knees and feet in that hip width position, the feet flat to the floor, or we're in our kneeling position, we're interlacing the hands behind the body, drawing the shoulder blades together, waking up the front of the body. What I just want you to notice is your lower back. So we're not going to go into an arched or hammock lower back. We're going to hug those muscles, tummy muscles in as we draw the hands away on the exhale. We can lift the chest and open to this Friday morning now. Take an extra breath here, nothing forced, and the option is just to bring the knuckles just to rest a little bit somewhere to the foot. See if you can find some of the foot. Don't worry if you can't. Inhale, release, interlace the fingers, and now we're going to scoop the tummy muscles in, round almost into a seated cat, and exhale the hands away from us. Really enjoying that all the way through the back of the body. See if we can find that lower back as well as the middle back. Inhale again, release, interlace the fingers again. Make this all a little bit smaller if you need, and exhale as we open the chest, peak up to the sky, and bring the knuckles back towards the heels, yeah, if you're there. Inhale, release, one last time, interlace the fingers, well done. Exhale, round, so you can get the tailbone to tuck lightly, round through that upper back, and reach the hands away from us. Good, then when you're ready, release both arms. And then we're all going to come up to kneeling. Again, I'm going to stay with my towel here, or my scarf. Yeah, good. And then can we take just a lovely stride forward with the right leg? So right leg takes a stride forward, back toes tuck, and it brings us just into our gentle low lunge, doesn't it? We can place the hands on the thighs. And, you know, imagine the day ahead now, a little bit of sitting work. We're already going to open up into these hips now. So we're thinking about our left hip now as we've got the right leg forward. We find that stretch. And then all I'd like you to do is back off just a fraction. So you straighten your right leg, inhaling. And then as you exhale, just ease yourself slightly forward. Yeah, do that again. We might be just pausing. We might be staying in the same position rather than adding extra forward and back. So that's fine too. One more time. Now, so easing back on that inhale, coming back into our low lunge on the exhale. So typically we're going to rest the body on the thigh, aren't we? But we're going to draw those tummy muscles in. So we're not going to allow the tummy just to flop onto the thigh or the front body to come onto the thigh. Take an extra breath. Inhaling, lengthening up through the crown of the head, using both feet for stability. Exhaling. Now the hands come down either side of your front foot. You can let your back just round for that moment, just find that position and readjust the knees if we need to. And then see if we can pop the chest forward. Can we send the breastbone forward so that now we've got a really lovely long spine? Yeah, tempting to throw the head back, isn't it? But actually we want a little bit of length. Yes, we can look forward, but we're not going to chuck the head back. So lengthen out, breastbone heads through, back's working. Are you ready for runner's lunge? So firm up those back toes for me. Fingertips, block, knuckles, whatever feels good. Exhale as you extend your back leg. Yeah, really well done. Again, tempting to round. We're going to see if we can energize all the way through the spine. Taking a breath in, and then as you exhale, breastbone heads forward, out through the crown of the head. Everything might be softer, everything might be a little bit knee bend on the right, knee bent on the left, absolutely fine. Good, when you're ready, pop the back knee down, exhaling. Come all the way back to find our low lunge. Right hand on the thigh, left arm reaches all the way up to the ceiling. And then exhale over towards your right side to get that lovely little stretch, extra stretch through the left side. That's it. Double check the front knee's still over the ankle for me. You're doing beautifully, gang. We're nearly there. Good, and then as we come all the way back to our upright position, can we reach that left arm up? Can we reach and lengthen, let the shoulder come with you, reach up through those fingertips. As both hands come down now, exhaling either side of our right foot, pick up the back toes again, shift the weight through into your right leg, exhale left leg to join the right. Hey, lovely, fold. Hang on a minute, that right leg might be saying, oh, yeah, you've given me a little bit of work there. So have a little bit of a play around here. Maybe the hands are on the thighs and we're just moving the body, just as we want to, just easing out any of those restricted areas. And then we can soften the knees and fold deeply over both legs, letting your head hang, 5 breaths. Inhaling wide and full into the back of the body, exhaling. We can have the hands on the shins. This is a good time to have your block or a big cushion or even a couple of big books as well. It's quite nice at the front edge of your mat. You don't have to have the hands anywhere near the ground. You could be just hanging. You could even fold the arms into our Ragdoll position as well. And then maybe just on our last couple of breaths, we could start to straighten the legs, extending the back of the knee there. Maybe that feels okay. Then we'll release the arms, bend the knees and inhale your way up to standing. Exhale into mountain pose. You can stay exactly where you are. And then your right arm reaches all the way up to the sky, inhaling. Exhale, take a lovely stretch over to our left side. Inhale as you look under or towards your right side, looking kind of beyond your bicep there. And then on your exhale, come all the way back, floating the left arm up, inhaling. Feet grounded, hip width apart. And exhale as we stretch over to the right now, lengthening up through both sides of the body. Can we inhale and peek under the left armpit, kind of just looking beyond that bicep and really getting that lovely side stretch. Good, when we're ready, exhaling our way all the way back to our start position. Beautifully done. Can we stand on the left leg, pick up the right knee for me and pause, firming up our left foot and thigh. From here, can we start to exhale our right leg back, our dancer pose, opening up into that right hip, taking hold of the outside edge of the foot. We've done really well with this one, gang. Lifting the heel a little bit higher, reaching the left arm up and then a little tip forward to bring the right knee a little bit higher, the chest a little bit higher, and the left arm a little bit higher up to the ceiling. 3. Holding for 2. Holding for 1. Releasing the right foot. Lower the right foot to the ground. Take a breath in. Well done, wherever we got to on that. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bend the knees forward, fold. We're not doing any more Southern Styles, I promise. So we're letting the head hang, letting the shoulders release and relax. Take an extra breath here. Rock the weight through to the balls of the feet and then rock the weight through to the heels. See if you can lift the heels and then lift the toes. Good, one more time. Can you lift the heels and lift the toes? It might be just a little bit of a lift, it might be a little bit bigger. We place both hands down, and now our right leg's going to take that long lunge back. And as we come down, we should find our towel or our blanket ready for us. So now our left foot is forward and our right knee is back, and that brings us now into our low lunge on this side. So we can place both hands onto our left thigh. Take your time, use a wall or a chair if you need. Lift your chest, lift out through the crown of the head. Inhale and exhale. A little bit of work for the centre, so we're not letting the body just fold onto the thigh. Back toes are tucked, front knee over the ankle. Relaxed upper body today. Good, inhaling, wide and full. Exhale and get a little bit of extra energy up through the crown of the head. Notice that. Notice that opening up into the right front of thigh. Just enjoy. Good, then when you're ready, maybe just the arms relax, maybe the hand on the thigh, hips, whatever feels good. Can we lengthen just a little bit? So just easing back a fraction. And then can we exhale through into our lower lunge position? Can we inhale as we pull back? Can we exhale to open up into that right hip a little bit more? Some of us might be just staying exactly where we are, just in that lovely low lunge. Here's our last time. Yeah, beautiful. Again, opening up that whole front of body, particularly into that right thigh. Right arm goes up. Left hand's just resting on the thigh. And when you're ready, reach over to our left side, getting the length, yes, in the right side, but notice we're not collapsing into this left side. We're still lifting up through the spine and arcing over towards that left side. Really well done. Come all the way back, inhaling. Both hands come either side of your front foot on the exhale. And again, we could just round for a moment, just check that we're okay in this position. Decide if you need your blocks, your books, or is it better to have your hand on your thigh and just come to that position there. See which feels better. And then can we lengthen out? Can we lengthen out through the crown of the head? Yes. Can we lift our gaze? Yes. And can we bring the breastbone forward so the body's lifting a little bit away from the thigh? Notice the energy through the back body. Really well done, gang. Yeah, so again, it's tempting, isn't it, just to collapse onto that leg. We want that energy through the front and the back body, lifting yourself a little bit away. Now, if we can use our hands or our knuckles, whichever works for us, our fingertips, can we exhale to extend the back leg? Can we keep the hips low as you tuck those back toes? Can you stay as low to the ground as possible? Can your back heel extend? Yeah, can your front knee, stay over that ankle, so we haven't budged back. We're still in that really lovely low lunge position. Inhale again, exhale out through the crown of the head, really finding that back body. Breastbone pulls forward just like we do with our cow pose. Really thinking about that length and that stretch through the spine. Good, really well done. And then when we're ready, we might just need to adjust our hands a little bit. We might even need to bring our back foot in a fraction. Weight travels forward into our left leg. Exhale the right to join the left. Yeah, good, fold. This time we'll all go to Ragdoll. So we'll take hold of each elbow, soften through the knees as much as you need, and let your head hang between those inner elbows. Take a little sway, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, and see if you can just fold the body just a little bit further over the legs. Can we get a little bit more of involvement into the buttock and the outer thigh as we take that little sway? Good, when we're ready, release the arms, we're not staying. We're inhaling to rise up. Again, we can keep that knee bend and exhale to find our mountain pose. Beautifully done, gang. Can we now stand on the right? Can we pick up the left knee, knowing that this is where we could stay? Can we lengthen up through the spine, find some energy into that right foot? Calf, thigh and buttock. Then when you're ready, just kicking that left leg back. Absolutely fine to stay here. Today we're going to take that outside edge of the foot, just like we did before. Extend our right arm up to the sky, and then see if we can pop the left foot into the left hand as we hinge forward from the hips and reach our right arm just a little bit higher. So our dancer pose, easing our back leg just a little bit further back or staying in our quad stretch. Wonderful. Last breath here. Good, and then when you're ready, it doesn't matter if we wobble, slow return back to standing, beautiful. Good, and then when you're ready, let the arms release. Inhale the arms all the way up, bend the knees, take that lovely swan dive down, or you're rolling down, absolutely fine to do that if it's better for your body and back. Good, and then when we're ready, we're going to stride back, left leg goes back. I'm just going to move my cushion now, my blanket. Yeah, the opposite leg goes back. And then we're going to creep down onto the forearms. Yeah, just pausing. Kick out the legs, so just start to budge the knees back a little bit. And then see if we can come straight down onto our tummy. I could have just said that, couldn't I? Come down onto a tummy. That would have been more helpful. So we're going to leave the legs a little bit wider than hip width in our locust pose this morning. We've got our nose tickling the mat, or you can turn your head. Your arms are at the side of the body. So we're finding that back body, we're energising the back body for the day. When you're ready, we're inhaling to lengthen and lift the chest. Lift the chest. And then when you're ready, exhale to let both legs lift, if that's good for you. Little turn out of the toes might be quite nice. Might feel a little bit of opening into the hips, might not. Good. And then when you're ready, see if we can lift the arms a little bit higher. Inhaling and exhaling. Our gaze is ahead, the space between the ears and the shoulders. Yeah, beautiful. Give the shoulder blades a little squeeze together. Stretch out the legs. Notice the backs of the thighs. Notice the back. See if you can stay focused. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. Inhale. Notice the back of the arms. Exhaling. And then slowly let everything soften. We might need several breaths to slowly make our way down to the mat. And then turn your head opposite direction if you can for me and relax completely. Good, ready to go again. One more time. So we extend the legs. We start to turn the head so it's central. Inhaling, chest lifts. Good, exhale, see if we can lengthen and lift both legs. You might be leaving the legs down. Yeah, well done. Anybody in child pose or cat, beautiful too. Looking ahead, reaching out through both legs. Again, a little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Maybe firing up those deep abdominals just to allow us to stay here with a little bit of strength. Last breath, inhaling and exhaling. And then slowly, maybe 2 or 3 breaths, inhaling and exhaling to bring us down to the mat. Scoot the hands under the shoulders, push ourselves all the way up. Let's find our cat pose now. So just cat, hands under the shoulders or a little bit further away if we wanted. Knees maybe a little bit wider than hip width, and inhaling to round into our really enjoyable cat stretch. A little bit of pressure from the hands to the ground, a little bit of pressure from the knees. And then when you're ready, your exhale just allows the back to release. Let's do that again twice more. Inhaling as we round. There's a tuck of the chin. I'd like us to really work into that lower back if we can. We might even think tailbone coming through and almost up towards the breastbone. And just going with your own breath, see what works for you as we do that one more time. So finding our lovely cat stretch, inhaling, rounding, a little bit of pressure from the hands, a bit of energy up through the arms, a tuck of the chin, a tuck of the tailbone, and notice that energy from the center as well. And then slowly releasing just to our lengthened back position. Really well done. So then from here, we're just going to have a little practice or a little go at our crow pose. We haven't done it for ages. And we'll just have 2 or 3 goes before we come back to the mat. So have a look at your knees. Your knees are a little bit wider than hip width, and you can see your toes then together, just as if we're going to be in a little child pose. Anybody's welcome to go back into child pose. And then just see if you can pop yourself up onto your feet. So your feet are hip width apart and your knees are a little bit wider. So that's kind of our base there. Yeah. Good. You can use a block. So you can have your block and you can have your heels on the block. And that can help if the knees feel a little bit tricky. So that can just help get us into that position if you wanted. Yeah. Now, you could be in child pose, you could stay in cat. We're going to try 2 little goes. So we've got our hands, then shoulder width apart, a little bit out ahead of us, and we've got our elbows on the inside of our knees. Yeah. So we've got our hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, and we've got our elbows inside our knees, just on that soft fleshy bit. And that's it, that's all we have to do. No, it isn't. So then we have to take the weight into our hands, spreading our fingers, noticing that the elbows are heading back, just like we would do if we're doing a downward facing dog. And then we can just tip our weight forward and back. So that might be enough. Knee people, this might be enough, and you might have had enough now. Open your palms, spread your fingers, press the elbows a little bit into those inner knees, and then look beyond your fingertips. So you let your head lift, and then just see maybe you can lift one foot, put that down, and maybe you could lift the other foot. So we're taking the weight through the upper body. We've got the distance between the ear and the shoulder. Yeah, and we'll try that just again. So we're taking our body weight forward, yeah, firming up the hands, tipping our body weight forward, and then maybe we can pick up one foot, maybe we can pick up the other foot. Yeah? Well done. One more time. So coming forward, take that weight, shift the shoulders, see if we can pick up both feet. Just for a breath, and then put the feet down. Yeah? So it just takes a little bit of practice to get the right position. So maybe the hands need to be a little bit wider. Maybe the feet need to be a little bit wider. Well done. A little practice. We'll spin round onto our bottoms. Maybe put your block to one side. Maybe grab your band so that's handy. One little boat. So we'll head back to the back of the sit bones. Draw the legs together. Extend both legs. Reach the arms out. Look beyond the toes. Good. Hold 5. Lift the chest. Soften the shoulders. Lift the breastbone 4. Inhale and exhale 3. Good. Make sure we're not rounding through the back. We've got that straight back 2. Doesn't matter if we've wobbled or done an extra roll. That's just a bonus. 2. Good. And then extend the legs. Lift the chest. Extend the arms. And then slowly bend the knees in. Place the feet down. Stretch the legs out. Grab your band for me if you've got it, and then reach forward to the toes, come all the way down onto your back. Good, then we'll do a stretch for the hamstrings. So you can take your strap or band, bring your right leg in, place that around the sole of the foot, and extend the leg up to the sky. Good, maybe straightening the back of the leg, maybe not. Maybe keeping that knee bent, and maybe keeping your left foot on the floor if that feels better. 5 breaths. If we've got the strap or band, we're extending the leg up into that. So we've got the pelvis on the mat, but then we've got the energy all the way through the back of the leg. So you're reaching up from the back of the pelvis, all the way through that thigh, out through the hip, all the way up towards the foot. So quite a dynamic position to be in, not just kind of lying there expecting the leg to stretch. Inhale and exhale, one more breath. Relaxing the shoulders. Lovely. Good, then softness in the knee, switch legs. So we can put the left leg exactly where the right foot is. Make sure that the strap or band is over the ball of the foot, not just over the instep. Put the right leg down, stretch the right leg out if that feels okay for you. And then work to have the back of the pelvis on the mat, so feel that. Feel the bony back of the pelvis steady, and then stretching the left leg all the way up into your strap or band. So lengthening up. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. We can have a little bit of softness through the knee if we need. The knee can be totally bent as well. We don't have to have a straight leg. Relax the shoulders. Find that stretch down the back of the leg. One last time. Inhaling and exhaling. Really well done. Now soften the knee. Good, and then just pop your strap to the side. Good, bend both knees into chest and then kick both legs up to the ceiling. So the back of the pelvis on the mat, the legs lengthen up. We can flex the feet, relax the arms to the side of the body. Good. And then from here, leave the legs where they are. Press those heels up to the ceiling and inhale the arms all the way over your head, leaving the whole of your back on the mat. Yeah, so legs are up, arms are over your head, chest is open. Inhale wide and full into the back body, so into the back of the shoulders, the back of the ribs. Exhaling. Bend the knees, place your feet to the ground, bring your arms to the side of the body, one little Setu Bandhasana, 5 breaths at the top. Heels come a little bit closer to the bottom, arms at the side of the body. Inhale as you roll up into bridge. Good, exhale, see if you can lift those hips just a fraction higher. Maybe we'll interlace the hands under the back body. Maybe we'll snuggle those shoulders under the shoulders, so the front shoulders towards the back shoulders. Maybe we'll have a little squeeze of the shoulder blades together. Oh, none of that. We've just come up and we've stayed. Make sure our feet are grounded to the mat. We can press down through both feet. And then that little trick we've been doing with our warrior positions or our standing positions. Imagine both heels are pulling back towards your shoulders. So you get a real good bit of energy into those buttocks and thighs, don't you? They're not going anywhere, you're not moving your feet, but you're, in your mind, you're drawing those heels towards your shoulders. You're anchoring the backs of the arms down towards the mat. You've got space between the chin and the chest. Inhale and exhale. Last breath, inhale. Keep drawing those heels back, sending the knees away, exhale. Release both arms. Let the shoulders widen. And then inhale and exhale your way down to the mat. Bring the knees into chest. Good, give the knees a really big hug. Well done. Good, let's try our little fish pose. Again, we'll just try 5 breaths. Stretch out both legs. All about opening this front body. Good, legs can be hip width. That makes it a little bit less of a challenge. They can be together. Yeah, remember neck and shoulder people are going to just do the first bit. So the first bit can be arms at the side of the body and then allow the chest to lift, resting on your buttocks. Yeah? So the chest lifts, the back of the head just lightly on the mat, arms at the side. So this sort of passive back stretch really. And then if we want to, we take the fists under the bottom, so just on the fleshy part of the bottom, the elbows can widen. And then you've got a little bit more height. None of that do you have to do. Yeah, legs together or a little bit wider, extend both legs. Good, and then if we wanted, we can draw the arms in just a fraction, lift the chest and tip back onto the top of the head. So you're opening across the chest and the front of the shoulder, and you're kind of where, if you had a ponytail, your ponytail would be. So back of the head, inhale wide and full, and exhale. Any neck people obviously would be avoiding that. Release. Good, let the upper body lower down and then remove the hands and again bring the knees into chest. Well done, little fish pose, variation of that. So squeeze both legs in towards you. Beautiful work, gang. Take a couple of breaths here. Soften the shoulders, soften your face. And then when you're ready, we're going to come all the way back up to sitting. So see if we can rock our way up. So we can nod our chin to chest, inhale, exhale, come back to your sitting position. Now come with me, spin all the way around. I want us back on our knees. And you could do this as a side lying quad stretch instead if you wanted. So if you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, I've just had enough of my knees and being on my knees, I'm going to come into a front of the thigh stretch. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to join me in camel. So we've got our knees in pretty much in that little hip width position. Come with me just to start. We can tuck the back toes. Now give those feet a little bit of action here. And then when we're ready, we're just inhaling the right arm up, taking a lovely spiral round to that right side, exhaling. We'll do the same to the left, so inhale, reaching up. We could enjoy this. We could enjoy this in sitting or even in standing if we're thinking we'd prefer to do that. Good, so, and then let's see if we can do it as the windmill arm. So the right arm comes up as the left arm sweeps forward. So we're windmilling those arms, left arm going back, right arm coming up. We'll do that again 4 more times. Inhaling, just enjoy. Getting into that middle part of the back. Well done, guys. Now, you could stay with this. Lovely exercise if we wanted, just to enjoy that. Otherwise, you could join me now. So firming up the balls of the feet so we're strong in the legs. Notice a little bit of awareness of the glute muscles, maybe even the abdominals there as well. So a little bit of tension through the thighs. Right arm can come all the way up on that inhale. We can spiral the arm back, and then maybe we can find the heel. We might find the calf. Yeah, we might even just rest the hand on the bottom. Yeah. Good, so then we're keeping our chest square on. We've got the option then of reaching the left arm up. Good, reaching the left arm back, lifting the chest, fingertips to the heel, or maybe just on the buttocks there. Yeah, good, lift the chest, lift your gaze, and have a look up towards the sky. Well done. Now firm up those deep abdominals for me. See if we can tighten the glutes just a little bit. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, take a breath in, and a breath out. Push down through both feet. Get a little bit more extension into the chest as you lift your rib cage. Last breath. Inhale and exhale. Well done. Good. Release. Good options there. Release the right arm. Release the left arm. And then allow yourself to sit all the way back into child pose. Bring your forehead just to rest on the mat for me. Inhaling and exhaling. Really well done. Take one last breath here. And then slowly bring yourself back to your kneeling or your little hero pose position there. So from here, can we all lift to the knees? Can we tuck the toes under and then sit back onto those heels? Now, feet people might decide to make this a little bit smaller. Can you lift to the knees? Flatten the feet, and then bring yourself back to your heels. We'll do that again. So lift, place the balls of the feet onto the mat, spread those toes, and then sit back, waking up those feet. Achilles tendon, shins a little bit as well. Good, and then same as we release the feet, can we sit the bottom back? Come with me. Let's go back into our little Tibetan Sun Salutation. We'll do 3 more rounds here. So again, you could be in your kneeling position. You could be with me in your little hero pose here or thereabouts. And let's again just see if we can add in the breath. Yeah? Let's go 4 rounds. Let's go 4 rounds, and that'll give us time to practice, won't it? So let's go with that single breath. We know the body's warmed up. So when we're ready, we're inhaling, whether we're kneeling or whether we're coming up here. Lengthen and lift. Let's have that little peak up. Let's stretch up, bringing the shoulders with us. And then trust the body now. Hinge from the hips. Use the abdominals and the back and land the hands as far down the mat as you can go. Now, I don't mind if you're doing your cat or moving forward to exhale our way down to the mat. Good. The body lengthens out. The hands come forward and we inhale to rise. Yeah, lovely. Good. Adaptations, absolutely fine. Just getting to know your body, your movements. Lowering ourselves down, taking the hands, inhaling all the way back to the knees. And notice your hands are just slightly further forward of your shoulders. Exhale back into downward facing dog. What are those hamstrings saying? Are they saying keep the knees bent, or are they saying actually I'm going to stretch everything out a little bit? Inhale, and as you pop the knees down, you sit back to your hero pose. Now, you remember, do modify where you need. Let's reach the arms wide, lengthen all the way up, inhaling up. Have a look up, stretch up, and then on that exhale, tip forward, come all the way to the front of the mat. Exhale as we lower ourselves down. Inhale as we come up into our Cobra, low Cobra, any variation of, well done. Not straining anything, just doing what's right for you. All the way down, hands can scoot back a little bit, and then inhale, you find your kneeling position. Cat, if you wanted it, don't have to do downward facing dog, or exhale through to down dog. Press those heels a little closer to the ground, shift the shoulders away from the ears, firming up those hands. Keeping the knees soft and the heels off the ground if we want. Inhale back to the knees, land lightly. Exhale all the way back into our hero pose. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Good. Exhale, land. Pivot from the hips, almost like we're in a little high plank position, land. Yeah. Exhale our way down. We can do it. Inhale, scoot forward, lift and lengthen, ready for the morning. Have a look up towards the sky and then exhale our way down. Inhale through to the knees, you're doing beautifully. And then exhale, take it all the way back into downward facing dog. Let the head hang, push the ground away. Notice your body moving just a little bit more fluidly now. Inhale, pop the knees down. Exhale, we've got one last round. Inhale to rise up. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take that deep in-breath. Look out towards that sunshine. Exhale, land the hands. Feel how strong the body is as you land. Modify with the cat or tuck the elbows in to lower your chest down. Well done. Yeah, chest comes down. Inhale to bring the hands forward if we wanted and come up into our Cobra or low Cobra. Exhale down. You're doing brilliantly. Good. Inhale, hands come back. Just that fraction. And we're through on our next exhale to downward facing dog. Let's have a pedal. 8. Inhale, exhale, 7. Open the palms, spread the fingers. Notice the backs of the legs. Notice the back just easing out. Notice the whole of the body waking up. Good. One last time. Notice the breath just getting that easy flow. And then inhale, back to the knees. And exhale, back to our hero pose. Beautifully done, gang. Good, and then grab your block if you've got it. Come to sitting on your block. I'm actually going to have my block and my blanket just for our little seated bit. So then just feeling nice and supported in our hips gives us a little bit of freedom to our hamstrings as well, doesn't it? So then we're going to take the legs just a little bit wider, soften through the knees where we need, Yeah, then just find yourself right up on those sit bones. We'll turn towards our left thigh, so your left thigh. Feet can stay relaxed. You can have a bent knee position, you know that. Right hand on the right shin, and we can turn the palm up. As we rotate the body around to the left, we're reaching up. Now the left arm reaches, yes, but the right side of the body stays long. It's tempting to reach up, isn't it? And then just kind of lean into that right side. On your next exhale, reaching your right fingertips towards your right ankle as your left arm, bicep close to your ear, reaches over towards that same right foot. And we don't have to go far to get a really lovely side stretch, do we? We don't have to go far to get that pull into the inner thighs, the back of the thighs. But then just with a couple of breaths, maybe we can flex the feet, maybe, even with our knees bent. Maybe we can take hold of the ankle on our right side, maybe even the foot, maybe even the big toe with the 2-piece fingers. Good, then when we're ready, we're starting to come up. So we soften that left elbow if we like. We can use our right hand to draw ourselves all the way up towards our seated position and then release and relax. Good, same to the other side. So now left hand onto your left shin, turn the palm up, rotate the body a little bit towards the right. We're still upright at this point. So rotate the body round towards our right side. So now as you reach that right arm up, however you want to do that, we can then start to exhale over towards our right. So your left foot towards your left ankle. You've got it. Keeping the chest open. Yeah. So now remember your body's rotating round to that right side. We haven't turned to the left. We've rotated to your right. And then that gives us that lovely stretch into the right side. Really well done, guys. Really well done. Softness in the elbow if we need it. Straighter arm if the body's happy there. And then your left hand can come to hold your left foot. Or your 2-piece fingers, index finger, middle finger, can hug into that toe on the left side. Yeah? Really well done. Good. Hands up if we're having fun. Oh yes, sort of halfway. Then from here, can we inhale, start to rise up. Use your left arm as support. We are there. And then exhale as we slowly come back. Now soften the knees, just come to whatever feels good, whichever position. Tailor pose, crossed legs, whatever feels good now. Look over your right shoulder, inhaling. And exhaling, come back to your central position. Can we be even taller, even more length through both sides of the waist? Inhaling, can we right up on our sit bones, like the crown of the head, right up and over the pelvis. And that helps our pelvic floor just work and function well with the breath and the diaphragm. And now we've got ear to the shoulder, inhaling, softening the tummy. And then exhaling, lengthening all the way back. Just notice that natural exhale just hugs the front body in towards the back body, just that little bit. Inhaling, relaxing. And exhaling, just notice everything quieter. Good, one more time each way. Inhaling, ear to shoulder. And exhale back to the central position, well done. Last time to the other side, lovely. Ear to shoulder, take your time. Exhale all the way back to the centre. Good, take a breath in, reach the arms high. Lift the chest, notice a little bit of openness through the shoulders, maybe the front and the back of the body. Bring our palms together, we could be looking forward. And we'll just slide the hands down to our heart centre. Namaste.